Major setback for U.S.-Russia relations. Washington has announced that it will be withdrawing from the Cold War-era Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, or the INF Treaty. The U.S. has accused Russia of violating the Arms Control Treaty. The U.S. says it will withdraw from the landmark accord formally in 6 months if Moscow does not end its alleged violation of the pact. The U.S. withdrawal has raised concerns about a new arms race between the world's two greatest nuclear powers.
Has been foolish. I think we've very much. Or the media, or Democrats who want to do nothing but resist and obstruct. President Putin was.
The United States stands ready to engage with Russia on arms control negotiations that advance U.S. and allied and partner security and are verifiable and enforceable. Must also include all the partners. They must all responsibly comply with their obligations. As we remain hopeful of a fundamental shift in Russia's posture, the United States will continue to do what is best for our people and those of our allies.
Meanwhile, reacting to America's announcement, Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister says that the U.S. pullout of the INF Treaty poses a threat to the international security and the system of arms and nuclear arms control.
Но посмотрите, в чем разница. Они нам вменяют, в кавычках, нарушения вследствие якобы проведенного испытания крылатой ракеты 9М729 на запрещенную дальность, и следом делают вывод: вот Россия не хочет это признавать, значит мы приостановим договор, а потом из него выйдем. Если бы мы руководствовались этой логикой, мы бы сказали то же самое. Американцы не хотят признавать свои нарушения по 3 направлениям, ну давайте мы тоже выйдем. Однако мы так не поступаем, мы считаем, что договор нужен, он служит интересам и нашей безопасности, и европейской безопасности, и сейчас его расшатывать односторонними действиями было бы крайне безответственно.
Washington says that a new Russian medium-range missile system breaches the treaty. Russia says the missile's range puts it outside the treaty and has accused the United States of inventing a false pretext to exit a treaty that it wants to leave anyway so it can develop new missiles. Russia has also rejected a U.S. demand to destroy the new missile. Now, brokered by the then U.S. President Ronald Reagan and last Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, the treaty has banned ground-launched missiles with a range of 500 to 5,500 kilometers and ended a dangerous buildup of warheads in Europe. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Angela Merkel says Berlin will use the 6-month period that the formal withdrawal period lasts to hold further discussions.
Deshalb glaube ich, dass wir alles daran setzen werden, die 6-monatige Frist, sollte es heute zu einer Kündigung kommen, zu nutzen, um weiter Gespräche zu führen. Für uns ist klar, dass Russland diesen Vertrag verletzt hat, und deshalb muss man auch mit Russland reden. Und wir werden jedenfalls von deutscher Seite, sowohl der Bundesaußenminister als auch ich, alles unternehmen, um in diesen 6 Monaten doch noch wieder Gespräche zu ermöglichen.
And joining me live from Washington, D.C. is Wion's very own Daniel. Daniel, thank you for joining us on this bulletin. Now, walk us through the impact or the likely impact of all of this on the U.S.-Russia relations going forward.
Well, this is an extremely complicated issue, not least because Donald Trump, the U.S. president, who would normally conduct the kind of high-level diplomatic relationship, is in a very, very narrow corner when it comes to Russia. And yet we have Secretary of State Pompeo coming out and declaring this 6-month window in which essentially they have an opportunity, the Russians, to destroy this 4 battalions of intermediate range missiles, or the US will withdraw, citing the violations that Russia has deemed itself to be in. Well, the most likely option here is for a negotiation, because it's unlikely the Russians are going to want to destroy their own missile capability. But as you know, the Trump administration is in a very difficult position. in terms of the negotiations. So that's why I think that Angela Merkel's comments are significant. She has historically had a very understanding and comprehensive relationship with her Russian interlocutors. The NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg has said that he's fully in line basically with the US position here. So we have a period of jeopardy, a 6-month period of jeopardy. Donald Trump has weighed in, saying that if the issue is not resolved, they will begin to develop their own intermediate range missiles. So this is a very serious moment.
All right, on that note, Daniel, thank you for that update. Appreciate it.